Hello everyone. So I wanted to kind of come on and refilm the intro to this and just like contextualize everything a little bit more. So if you don't know me, my name is Victoria. I go to school in Boston. I go to Emerson. I'm a double major, English and political communications. And originally what a lot of this video was just like a normal college week in my life. Until then, it wasn't normal until kind of things with coronavirus started picking up. Just things started shifting very quickly. And I said in the video that I thought I was going to stay on campus. A couple of days after that, we actually found out that we would not be allowed to stay on campus. So I ended up having to move home. Now I'm home back in Houston. From this point of view that I have now of fully understanding what happened, fully understanding what was going to happen, and fully understanding kind of the gravity of a global pandemic. So I wanted to make sure that I was addressing it correctly and addressing it respectfully, with that little bit of hindsight that I have now. But a lot of the things that I talk about in the video, a lot of it is like specifically school things, which I think is still valuable and is still interesting to people that potentially want to pursue the same things that I'm pursuing. But beyond that, I think the most important part, and one of the things that I really wanted to stress, was how I like organized myself, and also probably the biggest one is how I prioritize my mental health as a student, which I think is all the more relevant now. And a lot of the strategies that I talk about in the video in terms of like calendarizing things and journaling and making sure that I get a workout in every day, like all of those things are still so relevant to me, and particularly now as I am home, having fully understood the gravity of the situation and practicing social distancing and practicing self-isolation and all of those things. All of those elements are still super relevant, so I did still want to release this video in case. Hey y'all, so I actually just got back from Orlando, like today, like, I don't know, 4 hours ago. I'd say I probably got back around, like 10, like my flight landed at 10:30. I basically just wanted to do a little, like, quick, just like travel, reset, day in my life vlog, just a lot of like honestly mental health stuff and a lot of like decluttering and getting organized and getting set up for the next half of my semester. So about 2 months left of the semester, and I thought it would be helpful to show y'all like how I get organized and how I get my life together and how I do like my Google Calendar with all my deadlines and all my scheduling and stuff. But then also like the other side of that, because I feel like sometimes, I know I do it a lot, and I think it's part of just like this whole like girl boss culture. I don't know, I think it's very easy to get caught up in that culture and to then like let your mental health fall to the wayside just because you feel like you have to be constantly grinding and you have to be like getting so many things done in one day. And that's one of the things that I think I'm starting to realize now is like, it doesn't have to be like that. So I'm kind of doing my best to deal with that adjustment, and I'm going to take you guys along with me. So I want to take y'all through how I do my Google Calendar. So these kind of big blocks that you see are deadlines that I have coming up. So like if I have a big paper or a test, or if I just like have something that's absolutely hard deadline due that day, that goes on there, and it's nice and bold so that I can see it really clearly. And then all the little dots are just like places that I have to be. So like all of my classes and all of my rehearsals are on there. So the way that I set it up is these actually have like times assigned to them. So like the time that I have that class or have that rehearsal or have that whatever, these I set up as all day events so that they show up as big blocks like this. So from there, it's just making sure that I give myself plenty of time to do everything, particularly because I am an English major. So a big part of my degree is just like reading and writing a ton. So just making sure that I have plenty of time to like really do all my readings, really take notes on what I want to write about, and then write multiple drafts. That's probably like the biggest thing that I've learned as an English major is how to draft and how to rewrite. And I think when I first got to college, I was really scared of rewriting, and I was really scared of like taking papers and just like taking chunks out and starting over. And that's like a very, very big thing that I've learned that has helped me, is like how to write a draft and be okay with like completely tearing it apart and completely rewriting it. Anything that is just kind of like the daily things that you do as a student, like making sure that you're doing your readings for class, and like any kind of short responses, anything that's not a big deadline like that, then goes on to my actual paper calendar, and my actual paper to-do list. So that's just kind of the system that I found works for me. Basically, I went through and just like went through all my emails as well and made sure that I didn't miss anything. Made sure that if I had anything that I needed to turn in for my work or my freelance stuff, that all of that was also taken care of. But that is basically how I organize myself after spring break to kind of get back on track and make sure that I can finish out the semester strong. Okay, so I actually decided to go out and get some work done at Panera because I really want soup. I just feel like I've been traveling all day and like soup just sounds really good. And two, to get like a little change of pace and like leave my room for a bit.
I've been feeling so down, yeah. Can you tell me why? Can you tell me why I'm down, yeah? No friends of mine around, yeah. Now I'm thinking I might have caught the June.
Hello, good morning. It is Tuesday morning. I'm like pretty much ready to head out the door. I am heading to a meeting for an organization that I am marketing director of. We're basically going through like the ordering process of ordering all of our like merch. I design the merch for every show, and it's just like sweatshirts and t-shirts and stuff like that. But we are going through the ordering process of that today, so I'm about to head out and do that. I am wearing this little hair ribbon from Primark and just a black turtleneck with this kind of like ruched neck. I stole it from my mom's closet. I believe it was originally from Forever 21. But I'm gonna head out because if I don't leave now, I'll be late. Actually just came from my publishing class where we actually had a book designer come in and like talk to us, which was so cool because I think I want to work in like communications and social media, but tangentially like through that I'm also interested in design, so it was really cool to hear everything he had to say. But now I am about to go to work. I probably need to go grab some food.
Down, yeah. I've been feeling so.
Hello, so I just got back home. Well, not just got back home. I got back home about an hour ago. So I went to class, went straight to work from class. And then I actually work as a freelance kind of social media manager for some of the offices on my campus. So I went to go shoot some events and then came back home. I actually got free dinner at one of the events. Unfortunately, they didn't have a ton of people show up, so they gave me free Panera. Yeah, so some of the perks of freelancing. But yeah, it's about like 6 p.m. Had a really productive day. Like went to class, went to work, shot a video, shot some freelance stuff for my freelance job. So it's been really good. I think I'm just gonna settle in, eat my Panera.
So down, yeah.
Good morning. It is Wednesday morning. It's about 9 a.m. I woke up, put some coconut oil in my hair because I want to wash it. If anyone's curious as to what I do, I mix coconut oil and eucalyptus oil and I put that in my hair every single time I wash it because I have really like dry curly hair, and if I don't do that it just looks not cute. But I woke up, I meditated for about like 5 minutes. That's a big thing that I am starting to do now. I've tried to do it every day this week, is to meditate for like 5 to 7 minutes, and I literally just YouTube like morning meditation and find one that I like. I've really liked the Yoga with Adriene one so far. I wanted something that was a little bit shorter today, so I did a different one. but I really like that one so far. And then I just did a little bit of homework. I did some like literature review for this essay I'm writing. So I basically just went through like our database and tried to find different essays that aligned with my topic. We actually found out that we're going online for coronavirus last night, so I'm not sure like how that's gonna develop. We have the option to either leave leave campus or stay on campus. I think I'm gonna stay. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't officially kick in until next week, so technically we have to finish out this week of in-person classes, and then we have a week off with no scheduled classes, and then the rest of the semester will be online. It's just gonna be wild. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I mean, we'll see. I'm trying to just like stay positive, and it's one of those things where like we're all going through the same thing, so it doesn't even feel like, oh, like why me, or like, oh, all of my plans are getting messed up. It's just like everybody's kind of going through the same thing. It's a global issue, so I don't even like feel like, yes, I'm worried, and I'm worried about what this is going to mean for my plans for the next whatever 6 months, but also like it's such a larger issue, so I'm trying to not be like super worried about it and just kind of go with whatever happens.
When I drive around, don't feel it all. Why it's getting colder when the sun come out? Might just waste away, don't know what life about. Another day go by, don't know what got me down.
Hello. So it's about 9:15 now. I got home from work and actually ended up just like hanging out with my roommates. We went to Tate for dinner, which I forgot to get footage of, but we went to the one in Back Bay, and then I just got the scrambled eggs and a cappuccino. And I got a cappuccino at like 6 o'clock at night, so now it's like 9:30 and I'm wide awake. But it's good just because to be honest, like since we have this whole like remote school coronavirus nonsense, like I don't think any of us have been doing work, and like it's kind of that weird feeling of like nothing feels real, but like I do still have a paper due Monday. Like things are still happening even though I don't like physically have to go to class. So I am still just like working on homework. I'm probably gonna call it a night pretty soon, so I wanted to come on and kind of sign off.
Blues, yeah, I got the June blues, yeah. Walk down like who you, yeah. It's something you get used to, yeah. Go back to June blues, yeah.
Good morning. It is Thursday morning. It's about 8 a.m. so I got up at like 7:30, did my meditation, and then read the news, which I don't always do every morning. Sometimes I'll like wait to read the news until after class or like till I'm at work, and sometimes like that's the first thing I'll do when I get to work at like 2 p.m. is open up my inbox and read through the different like newsletters that I subscribe to. I subscribe to 2 kind of daily newsletters. I subscribe to the New York Times, and then I also subscribe to the Politico Massachusetts Playbook, which is kind of more local news specific to Massachusetts. And it really helped me out when I was working on kind of statewide campaigns, or like when I was working in local politics. But I do still find that it's really helpful to just like be aware of what's happening in your state and local politics. So I think I want to actually go to the gym and get a workout in at the gym before my class at noon. So that's the plan. I think I'm gonna get dressed, get coffee.
It's just the June blues, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to. Breaking news got me breaking. I was present, hopeless, praying. Struck down at 20, plenty left to put behind you. You ain't peaked, never speaking, now they speaking about you, leave it alone. Hope you grinning while you watch your bros on some sofa sunny shit to brighten up a wounded soul. Honest, you the penny, pick it up like Chevy, New Age Machiavelli, disagree, don't tell me, now you in infinity, we 98, trust that he be good. On the ball like BB, don't make no mistakes, got the faith, the 18 just...
Okay, so this is what I'm wearing today. Literally super simple, just like a big oversized button down with some leggings and riding boots.
Why you gotta go? I I just wanna know now, true now. Cry and get no, cry and get no. Hope you freed your soul, hope you freed your soul. I might have caught the June blues, yeah.
So, hello. I got home from class. It's about like 10:30. So I got home from class probably about like 9:30. It's just a busy day. It was a lot of just like prepping for the fact that like everything is remote now. So I went to the library. And like usually because I'm a lit major, like it's pretty easy to just like go online and find literary criticism, like through databases and stuff, but I'm not finding anything. So I went to the library, literally pulling out like all the books that I could think of and just like flipping through and trying to see if I could find essays that made sense, and none of them did. I pulled out one book and we'll see if anything in there works. And then if not, I have a plan tomorrow to like go and just like physically meet with a research or a reference librarian and see if they can help me. And then if that doesn't work, then I'm just gonna email my professor and be like, I'm really struggling, like send help. Yeah, so I went to the library, went to class, and then just kind of had a big meeting at work to kind of talk about how like I'm gonna continue to do my job as a communications professional remotely. And then I had a 4-hour class, but I think tomorrow's gonna be good. I think like now that things are kind of settling, I think it's gonna be fine. Good mornings. It is Friday morning. It's pretty late. It's like 10:30. I'm about to head out because I do have my therapy appointment at 10:45. So I want to stop somewhere and grab coffee as well beforehand. It's not anything crazy, but it's like real people clothes. It's just a turtleneck from Forever 21 and then some ripped jeans and some combat boots.
I don't feel it all. Why it's getting colder when the sun come out. Might just waste away, don't know what life about. Another day go by, don't know what got me down. June blues, yeah, I got the June blues, yeah.
So the sun came out. It was really rainy earlier, but typical Boston, the sun actually decided to come out, which is really nice. I might actually go for a sunset run later today. Who knows? I might stay inside and just like get as much work done as possible. But this is kind of my new little like work from home setup, just because as all the articles say, like I really have not found myself being productive trying to work from my bed. And sometimes I find that my desk like just gets really uncomfortable. So this is kind of the setup that I have for myself. It's right by my window, which I really like because it lets me look out and can see the people in the park and stuff. I just have all of these different pillows, and then this is actually my chest of drawers. But I put up all these pillows and all these blankets. I'm a big like library and coffee shop person, so this being home is a big adjustment for me. But that's kind of how I've been handling it and what I've been doing.
When I drive around, don't feel it all. Why it's getting colder when the sun come out. Might just waste away, don't know what life about. Another day go by, don't know what got me down. June blues, yeah, I got the June blues, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to, yeah. Go blame the June blues, yeah. It's just the June blues, yeah. Walk around like who you, yeah. Just something you get used to,